Greetings, I'm CJ, and in today's video we are going to be embarking through the entire winter drop of 2024 of Secret Lair, talking about every single one you can possibly buy, and then overall talking if it is good or bad, or my personal opinions, to kind of help people out that want to get it, but they're not 100% sure if they want to get it. But these videos now have to be faster because they've added a time limit for or a limited edition. So they're kind of doing the thing, you have a month to buy them, or there is a certain supply of them. So I think if everyone bought all of them within the month, they'll just like cut it down and be like, they're all bought, sorry. I'm not a big fan of these, especially since if you watch the previous video, I talk about like all the scalpers or whatever they're called and stuff that buy it and then sell it at a higher market value. And I'm like, I don't personally like it. I prefer the old way, but I don't mind waiting. But I know there was a lot of complaints about waiting. So in saying that, let's start off going through them all and give my opinions on all of them to kind of help you out if you want to buy them or not. Before I continue, here is a word from the sponsor. The sponsor of this video is me. I have started an Etsy page where I'm going to try and be selling clothes that I've designed, thought would be funny, thought would be cool, thought would be amazing on people's bodies. So I literally spent maybe a month or two looking at different resources and stuff to come up with the nicest clothes I could possibly find, with the coolest designs that I have done myself, with stuff like playmats, hoodies, t-shirts. I'm going to try and do phone cases. They're harder than I thought, but I do think that it is a really good thing to actually put into. So if you would like to help me out or help the channel out, please go onto my Etsy. It will be linked down below and you'll be able to find very nice clothing and also be supporting the channel. So links down below, and also if there's any other designs, I will be putting on any of my social media, so please follow me there as well. Starting off with the first one, Deceptive Deviation. In this Secret Lair you get Wall of Omens, Circular Logic, Scheming Symmetry, Price of Progress, Internal Witness. So again, there's 5 in this art that I'm not a big fan of, to be honest. I don't really like it, but that's just me. The card selection is really weird, not the best. I can't really picture half of these cards because the art kind of looks the same. They kind of remind me at the start of Fallout New Vegas when you have to do them ink blob tests, but again, I can see people wanting to buy these because the art is unique, and to be honest, when it comes to this, I don't really know how they would do a special card. Mainly because a special card for when it comes to most of these Secret Lairs is kind of like a Sliver or a Planeswalker, but they've been doing a lot of here's the sketch version, and I couldn't really see what they could possibly do as the sketch version of this. So it's probably going to be a unique card because they sometimes do that, which would be really good. Now we are going on to the Beauty of the Beasts. In this Secret Lair you get Fidar Guardian, Peregrine Drake, Serpent of Yawning Depths, Surge of Valkus, Voracious Hydra. This Secret Lair, in my opinion, is really good. You get 5 cards in 1, amazing art. 2, the card selection is very weird, but very kind of powerful cards, so I can kind of let it slide. They're rather well known and used cards where people use them to do combos and stuff, or they're very powerful cards that I've seen in play multiple times. So when it comes to the Secret Lair, I say majority of people that get it will use majority of the cards or know someone that would want and use the rest. Because I've seen that happen a few times if there's like 2 or 3 people that want the same Secret Lair, but someone's like, I only want them 2, so I'm not going to buy it. And the other person's like, I want them to, so I'm not going to buy it. And the other person's like, I want that, I'm not going to buy it. They usually go, do you know what, shall we buy it and just split the cards? And we'll talk about the secret card after. When it comes to this, I have no clue what it could be. I could say it's probably the same as the first one. It's not going to be a Sliver. It's not going to be a Planeswalker. It's going to be a unique beast card at least, or like a Hydra or something cool to keep on with what they are doing with the theme and stuff. But the art is amazing. The card selection is not, there's no like theme, but they're powerful and unique cards, so I don't mind that. Now we are going on to Prismatic Nightmares. With this Secret Lair you get Arcane Denial, Nightscape Familiar, Reign of Fate, Seminar Spirit Guide, Prince of Thralls. The art in this Secret Lair is absolutely beautiful. This is probably this type of art style is my favorite when it comes to Secret Lairs. The card selection is definitely all over the place. We have a multicolor, a red, 2 black and a blue, and I'm like, there's no real theme towards it. It kind of just seems to be here is random cards, draw them the way you would want. Or if someone, if an artist is like, I like the name of that, I have an idea, they might be like, cool, here you go. The card selection is where it is at its weakest at this point. There is some good cards and there's some like cards that I very, very question. So if you are the type of person that is going to buy this Secret Lair, let me know in the comments down below. Now we are on to the showcase. A showcase is usually whatever set is coming out roughly around the time. They usually have a Secret Lair to do with that. So this is the showcase of Murders of Markov Manor, which if you haven't seen, I have done a video on that. So please go give it a watch. It's here or linked below or on my YouTube. So go watch that. So in this Secret Lair, you get Lonti, Lord of Luxury, Broker of Blood, Anawan the Ruined Thief, Grenzo, Dungeon Warden. So again, the cards are cool. The art is not my favorite, but I do kind of accept if someone was like, this is great. And I'm like, I do see how good they are, but it's just not my type of thing. But I can at least appreciate it. The card selection, again, seems to be all over the place. However, they seem to be all really good commanders. So I'm fine with that. And I could be wrong. They're all from that plane. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. I do think it is really good. Showcase. I do think it is a really good Secret Lair if you want to build or play, or if you have these in your decks to kind of glam it up. I do think it's worth it if you buy it in non-foil. But when it comes to the secret card is where I'm like, this has to be rather quite good or really good kind of on with these to make this actually worth it in my eyes. If it's just like a meh commander or a mess spell, I'm like, it was a risk, but it wasn't worth it in the end run. But if it's a really good commander that even I don't think I'll play, but I know someone will, or as a standard good commander, I'll be like, this is worth it. So next up is hard boiled thrillers. In this Secret Lair, you get Rogue Covenants, Jace Wilder of Mysteries, Black Market, Dire Undercurrents, Obeka Brute Chronologist. When it comes to a Secret Lair like this, I find it really interesting, mainly because the art style is like them old like 90s and 80s posters, which I do admire. The art is absolutely amazing. Again, my biggest problem is why they pick what they picked. As a Planeswalker collector, I love when they put Planeswalkers in, but it's just one and Jason. I'm like, why? I know he's been kind of been hinted at with the sets that he's going to be kind of maybe the next big bad guy, or at least a bad guy, or something is happening with him. Black Mark is always a great card. I have no problem with that. It's kind of the other ones that I'm like, I can see why, but also like, why? The commander that just ends a turn, I've like never seen played. When it comes to this one, I find that it is mainly the art that is driven to this for a more collector's thing. I don't really see this as very playable. It is playable with the Black Market. And if you want to start a certain commander, this is one of those that I'm like a handful, maybe 2 or 3 of the cards are really good, and then the other 2 card selection is where this drops off. But I find that with a lot of these Secret Lairs, I'm like, I love some of these, not all of these, or some of these I would love, but I can't see why others won't. So again, this is one of those Secret Lairs that, again, if you're not collecting it for its art, why would you want like some of these cards? Just Add Milk the Second Helping is one of the best Secret Lairs I've ever seen. It is really good theme. The first one's card selections were all over the place, but there were still really good cards or commander cards, so I could accept it. So we're going over the second one, and in the second one you get Sakashima of 1,000 Faces, Yargo Glutton of Urbog, Cracked the Thumbless, Adrix and Nev Twincasters. So I'm going to do a little behind the scenes of how I work this, do a little pin, because I've had to change it because of the way these Secret Lairs come out. Usually I'll do the research to talk about what there is, talk about all of this, and then afterwards it helps me decide what I want to buy. Now with a very short timeline, the way things have been going, I've had to be very fast. So this is one I bought mainly for 2 reasons. One, I loved the first one. The first one is amazing. It had good commanders, it had good art, a little ad that was funny too. I loved everything about it. Goltu was one of my favorite cards ever. Ulamog is a great card as well, and the other ones were great. So I decided I'm going to keep it. And then when I seen this one, before I even knew what the cards were, I'm like, I am tempted, mainly because I am a collector myself. and this will be a thing I would like to do because I'm like, cool, I'm going to have all the serial cards. But when it came to this, when the cards finally were announced and I got to see them, I'm going to use all of them but one. And it's not that I'm not using it because I don't like the card or anything. It is just I haven't built a deck or anything that they'll be good in yet. That is solely it. And that is Yargol. I have the rest of cards that I want to build or cards that I was planning on building. I wanted to do a Sakashima Vile Smasher deck. That could possibly be a thing if it's the right Sakashima, the one with partner. I just know it's one of them. I do use the twins in my Coma deck, and I do use Cranko or Krankers the Thumbless as a kind of help when it comes to my Zaffi deck. So I'll be using them, and hopefully the secret card is also an amazing card, but we'll just have to see when that comes out. This, in my personal opinion, is the best Secret Lair they have ever made as a kind of going on theme. The Bitter Blossom was perfection, and the God ones, even though it had its complications, was a really good idea at least. So overall, my thoughts, I do think this year Secret Lair is doing better when it comes to their card selection and art and all of that. The only thing I will have to say when it comes to this Secret Lairs in general is this new limited supply thing. Personally, I don't mind waiting. I prefer waiting if the only other opportunity they can think of doing is this. I don't like it, but again, I would love to know all your comments, all your thoughts, your favorite Secret Lairs, what ones, watch, everything. Just let me know all in the comments down below. Remember to like, subscribe, watch my videos, and share them and stuff. But as always, if you like this Magic the Gathering video, I have another Magic the Gathering video here, Magic the Gathering playlists and stuff here, and a subscribe button here, and I will see you all in the next video.